Timberwolves triumph, Minnesota stuns Dallas in thrilling Game 4 victory. The Minnesota Timberwolves remain alive in the NBA Western Conference Finals, thanks to a stellar performance by Anthony Edwards, who scored a game-high 29 points, and Karl-Anthony Towns' impressive long-range shooting. This duo led their team to a 105-100 victory over the host Dallas Mavericks in Game 4. With this first win in the best-of-7 series on Tuesday night, the Timberwolves have earned themselves a Game 5 at home on Thursday night. They now hope to blaze a trail and become the first team in NBA history to rally and advance after trailing 3-0 in a playoff series. Winning the series was not on the team's radar in Game 4, Edwards insisted afterwards. "We just wanted to get one game and extend the series," he said. "I've never been swept in my career. I didn't want to get swept. Not on their home court, hearing their fans talk trash all day." Luka Doncic posted a 28-point, 15-rebound, 10-assist triple-double for the fifth-seeded Mavericks, who had won the first two games of the series during their previous trip to Minneapolis. After Minnesota led by 12 points early on, the teams battled on even terms for the first 18-plus minutes of the second half. Towns' three-pointer with 5:41 remaining gave the Timberwolves a 92-90 lead, and the visitors never trailed again. Towns' three-pointer on Minnesota's next possession made it a 5-point game, and the Timberwolves held on from there. Dallas's best chance to draw even down the stretch came when Doncic misfired on a three-pointer with the hosts trailing 95-92 with 3:18 to go. When Towns connected again from beyond the arc with 2:54 to go, and Edwards followed with a bank shot in the lane 67 seconds later, the Timberwolves had broken things open at 100-92. "That was on me," Doncic said. "I didn't give enough energy." A desperate three-pointer by Doncic as he was being fouled with 13.2 seconds left kept the Mavericks alive at 103-100, but Doncic missed the subsequent free throw. After a timeout, Naz Reid got behind the Dallas defense for a game-clinching layup with 11.3 seconds remaining. "We'd never lost 3 in a row until earlier in the playoffs. We've never lost 4 in a row," Timberwolves coach Chris Finch said. The guys responded. "Fun team to coach because they always believe they can win, no matter what." The Timberwolves had been outscored 10-3, 6-0, and 14-3, respectively, at the end of the first 3 games en route to 3, 1, and 9-point losses. They are now 3-0 in potential elimination games this postseason. The score was tied at 49 at the break, with Edwards and Doncic each leading their respective teams with 17 points. Minnesota was up 78-73 heading into the fourth quarter. "They won one game," Doncic said. "We've got to focus on the next one." The Timberwolves' determination to extend the series was evident from the opening tip-off. They came out with energy and aggression, determined not to let the Mavericks close out the series on their home court. Minnesota built an early lead, thanks to a combination of stout defense and efficient offense. Edwards was a force on both ends of the floor, using his athleticism and strength to score at will and disrupt the Mavericks' offensive flow. Towns, meanwhile, found his shooting touch from beyond the arc, stretching the Dallas defense and creating driving lanes for his teammates. The Mavericks, however, were not ready to go quietly. Doncic, one of the league's brightest young stars, put on a show for the home crowd. His ability to score, rebound, and distribute the ball kept Dallas within striking distance throughout the game. As the game wore on, it became clear that neither team was willing to give an inch. The lead changed hands multiple times, and neither team was able to build a significant advantage. The tension in the arena was palpable as the clock wound down, with every possession taking on increased importance. With the game hanging in the balance, Towns and Edwards stepped up for Minnesota. Towns' clutch three-pointers and Edwards' fearless drives to the basket gave the Timberwolves the cushion they needed to hold off the Mavericks' late rally. Dallas made a final push, with Doncic trying to will his team to victory. His late three-pointer and subsequent free throw miss were a microcosm of the Mavericks' night, close, but not quite enough. The Timberwolves' victory was a testament to their resilience and belief in themselves. Despite the odds and the daunting task of coming back from a 3-0 deficit, they refused to quit. Their performance in Game 4 was a statement that they would not go down without a fight. For the Mavericks, the loss was a missed opportunity to close out the series at home. They now face the challenge of going back to Minnesota for Game 5, where the Timberwolves will have the home crowd behind them and momentum on their side. As the series shifts back to Minnesota, the Timberwolves will look to build on their Game 4 success. They know that the path to an improbable comeback is still fraught with challenges, but their confidence has been bolstered by their ability to stave off elimination. The Mavericks, on the other hand, will need to regroup and refocus. They have shown that they can beat the Timberwolves, but they will need to execute better down the stretch and find ways to neutralize Edwards and Towns. Game 5 promises to be a pivotal moment in the series. The Timberwolves will be looking to extend their season, while the Mavericks will be aiming to advance to the next round. The intensity and stakes will be higher than ever, with both teams knowing that the margin for error is slim. As the Timberwolves and Mavericks prepare for the next battle, fans can expect a thrilling and hard-fought game. Both teams have shown that they are capable of rising to the occasion, and the outcome of the series remains uncertain. The Timberwolves' journey has already been a remarkable one, and they are determined to keep their season alive for as long as possible. With players like Edwards and Towns leading the way, they have the talent and heart to make history. The Mavericks, meanwhile, will rely on Doncic's brilliance and the support of their role players to get back on track. They know that they have the tools to close out the series, but they will need to execute their game plan to perfection. In the end, the series between the Timberwolves and Mavericks has been a showcase of playoff basketball at its finest. The drama, intensity, and high stakes have provided fans with memorable moments and set the stage for an exciting conclusion. As the Timberwolves and Mavericks take the court for Game 5, the eyes of the basketball world will be watching. The outcome will be determined by which team can rise to the occasion and seize the moment. Whether it's the Timberwolves continuing their improbable run or the Mavericks closing out the series, one thing is certain: it will be a game to remember.